right. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? We are back. We are live from ShePodcasts. This is Molly Rowland with Heartcast Media, One Love Massive, and Podcast Outfitters. We are here today with some lovely ladies. Please introduce yourself.
Well, thank you, Molly. This is Diane Campbell, and I have beside me my business partner,
Sylvia Huron.
And we together are Fly Girl Fish.
Oh, okay. Is this a reference to being a fly girl on that television
No.
show?
In fact, I just found out
In
about
Living
that
Color,
yesterday, and I had no clue.
That's amazing.
Until now.
Well,
Isn't that funny?
Maybe you should lean into that a little bit.
Well, I'm going to lean into that some more, as long as it's a good thing.
No, it is a good thing. They were super cool. They were
Yes.
amazing, super hot dancers. Like, you can't go wrong there.
Absolutely.
That is too funny. So tell me about your Fly Girl
Fish.
Fish. Okay.
I'm going to let Sylvia take the mic on that for a little bit. We're passing this on to each other here. Hold on.
Thanks, Molly, for having us on.
Absolutely.
Fly Girl Fish is actually a podcast we started with a webpage for young women and women who are want to get into the sport of fly fishing.
That's amazing.
On the river. We can dance on the river, too.
So wait, where are you guys from?
We're from Atlanta. Actually, we're here based in Atlanta.
Oh, right on. That's
Both of us.
amazing. So what inspired you to start the podcast?
Well, for both of us, we have both fished. We were looking for something to help us relax a little bit more in life. And for me, it was actually my son suggested I try fly fishing. So I got involved with the Georgia Women's Fly Fishing Association and learned how to fly fish, and that's where I met Diane.
My story started with a 10-year-long business journey.
Okay.
I had a business for 10 years, brick and mortar, in the corporate gift industry, gift baskets.
Gotcha.
And truthfully, I was just slap wore out.
Right.
All the networking and all the driving and all the deliveries and the responsibility of being just a business owner, especially the networking and the driving, pretty much wore me out. So I got into camping.
Yeah.
Camping led me to beside a stream, and I said, what happens if I just threw a line in the water while I'm sitting here? And that led to, well, I wonder what fly fishing is about.
Right.
So one thing led to another, and here we are today. We both kind of ended up in the same organization, Georgia Women Fly Fishing, and ended up fishing together on the water for a day. And driving back from that event, I'm going to use this word, spawned the word Fly Girl Fish. And we just got so excited about the thought of helping other women and girls, especially who didn't know anything. Like, we knew nothing, and we got started on that together.
That's awesome. So I was just listening to this book on the way down called Atomic Habits. And he says that one of the most important things is to, find the things that bring you joy, and then to join organizations where you can hang out with like-minded people who are also into those same things, and it'll really, bring you so much joy and make you feel part of a community. And I thought that was so interesting because I tend to lean away from those things, I don't know why I do that, honestly. Like the fairy hair, I'm like, I'm not putting fairy hair in. Why do I care about putting fairy hair in? Like, I make really weird decisions about things, and so I feel like I've left some opportunities on the table by not, joining something like that. So I commend you both for doing that. It sounds like it's brought you a lot of joy and value into your life because of that. That's awesome.
Yeah, definitely. It really has. I think for both of us, the main word is passion. We have a real passion for fly fishing, and because we struggled in the beginning finding resources for women in fly fishing, equipment made for women.
Right, those pants, right?
Those waders.
Yeah.
What about those waders? And just things that didn't seem awkward to women, because a lot of women are intimidated by it because it's mostly men on the water. So we found some great initiatives, 50-50 on the water with Orvis. They try to get women out there, and they have equipment geared more towards women. Opportunities in conservation. We work with Chattahoochee River Keepers.
That's
We've done some events with them as well. So it's just opened up a door to a lot, and meeting a lot of women like-minded, and families, kids. So it's been great for us. It's brought a lot of joy to both of our lives, definitely.
And you're spending time outside. which is so important.
That's where my journey started, was wanting to be in nature and not to be on the highway in the middle of traffic.
Yeah.
And the peace that it brought me led me to just other interests out in nature.
Yeah.
And the thing that we are doing with women is actually from a kindergarten level forward, because it was such a struggle to find the information we needed as women, and or not feel intimidated or stupid going into a store
Totally.
and asking for whatever it is fly fishing related. But and through that journey, we knew that there'd be other women and girls out there who wanted to learn and felt the way we did and struggled.
Yeah, absolutely. I can relate to that. I like to go camping. So I live in Washington, D.C., and it's really stressful and expensive, just like every other city in the country.
That's the truth.
And, and I ride my bike, but I've stopped bike commuting recently because my studio is literally across town, and so it's more stressful than it is anything else. It's traumatic, actually. It's really, really tough. And I'm not being dramatic. Like, it's not fun anymore. But what I like to do is go bike camping, and that is my jam. And I have like super lightweight stuff, and I pack it all up on my bike, and I ride 16 miles up the C&O towpath, which is what used to be the main, transportation route. And they had like canal boats and lock boats, the lock systems. Well, there's a trail that runs along it, and if you get 16 miles out of town, there's the first campsite, and then there's one every 8 miles. And that is like my thing. And people,
That's cool. I've never heard bike camping.
It's awesome because it's so empowering, because you bring your whole world. You pedal out there, you set up your little home for the night, you throw some shit on the fire, or eat your body weight in granola bars, right? And you bring some red wine or whiskey for the when you land, and it's just so empowering to do that, and to get back, and now you've ridden 32 miles, you spent the night outside, your feet touched the grass. You brought everything that you needed. You were self-sufficient, and it just feels so good. You know what I mean? Like getting that vitamin D, just like everything around it, right? So I really respect that, because I love the water. I love the idea of just standing out there in the water. I've always been kind of interested in fly fishing as well. It just hasn't been. I'm in DC, right? So it's not like there's a ton of places to fly fish like super close,
You can fly fish on a lake. It doesn't have to be a river. You can fly fish anywhere.
Anywhere.
Yeah. We'll come out and teach
How about K Street downtown?
I don't know K Street. I don't think so.
I can fly fish some lobbyists.
You can fly fish into a fountain and just practice your casting.
DuPont Circle, here I come. They'll love me. But that's amazing. Well, that's super cool. I think feminine energy is just so important. I didn't realize that until this past year. My previous business, multimedia company, I was almost always the only woman in the room. And I never had a problem with that, but I didn't realize how much that had hardened me until I started interacting with women. I'm like, oh, you might want to reel that in a little bit. Men don't listen as well. You have to speak differently. And so now that I've spent a year around women, it's just been so nice. I just didn't realize how much I needed all these different women in my life, like mother-like figures or peers or I'm a mentor to them. Like, there's so many aspects to that. So I really respect that. That's really
Thanks.
awesome what you guys are doing.
Thanks. I will say, just the women we've met along this journey have, everybody's got a story that brings them to a certain point in their life, and it's amazing just the fly fishing stories we've heard of what brought them to that point in their life.
Yeah.
Going through a difficult time or a loss or just trying to find peace, and it's been fantastic, and we're just so happy we have so many supporters and followers. It's great.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So before we go, you want to tell everybody where they can find?
Oh, it'd be a pleasure. You can find us. Our email address is Diane at flygirlfish.com or Sylvia at flygirlfish.com.
Imagine that.
And the website is, guess what? flygirlfish.com. And we podcast airs every Thursday morning at 7:30 a.m. It's usually, it's starting out very simple, and then we're going to grow with our listeners together.
Hey, that's, you know what? That's smart.
We're trying to be real. because we're not podcast celebrities
Right.
or fly fishing
yet.
celebrities. Not
Not
yet. We're going there. But we're not celebrities by any means. But we've become more and more learned on the water doing fly fishing.
Yeah.
So we can't say that we're beginners anymore because we're a step above that.
That's right.
And we just have a whole lot of fun.
Yeah, I can dig it. Well, that's awesome. Well, I will definitely be checking out your podcast.
Thank you.
And we'll please connect. And if there's anything I can ever do to help amplify your mission and your voice, please let me know.
I appreciate that, and we're so grateful for the opportunity to sit down with you and talk.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you guys were like the first ones at the
We
booth.
were anxious to get here.
I know, and look, here we are.
Here we are. Thank you,
It was
Molly.
worth the wait, you know.
Yes, absolutely.
Excellent. Well, thank you all for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next one.
We'll see you next time.